Right, this is Ava. She's 4 years old, and she's going to read this story called Tyrannosaurus Drip.
Tyrannosaurus Drip.
Okay, read by Ava Anne Hamilton.
Okay, everyone look at the pages, please. Keep going. Oh, now the dust is starting. Okay. At a rushy river's edge, on the.
Do you need me to help you start? In a swamp beside a river.
In a swamp beside a river, where the land was thick with veg, lived a herd of duck-billed dinosaurs that roamed the water's edge. And they hooted up with rivers, and they hooted up with reeds, and they hooted up with bellyfuls of juicy water reeds. On the rushy river's edge.
No, across the rushy river.
And across the rushy river on the hill.
The other side.
On the hill, the other side, lived the mean Tyrannosaurus and his grim and grisly bride. And they shouted up with hunting, and up with war, and up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur.
The two Tyrannosauruses.
And the two Tyrannosauruses were so grisly and grim, it couldn't catch the duck-billed dinosaurs because they couldn't swim.
And they muttered.
And they muttered down with water, and they muttered down with wet, and they muttered, "What a shame!" And what a shame! A bridge is not invented yet. And a little compassaurus. She'll call her comp. Stole a duck-billed egg and from a nest beside a swamp, and she swam with it, and she ran with it, and she murmured, "Clever me!" And won't a babies will be thrilled for duck-bill for tea, egg for tea.
Carry on,
You did good.
Guys, I just bit my tongue or mouth.
Okay.
Right here.
She dropped.
She dropped the egg into it and went running for her life from a mean Tyrannosaurus and her grim and grisly bride.
Grizzly wife. And?
Grisly wife. And a mother.
The duck-billed egg.
And the duck-billed egg went rolling, and at last it came to rest in the all unlikely places a Tyrannosaurus nest. And the mother tea had great big legs and
Great big jaws.
great big jaws and great enormous legs. But her brain was rather little, and she couldn't count her eggs. And she muttered.
And she sang.
And she said, "Hatch out your little tails and your spiky little toothies and your scary little nails." And a mother.
Next page. Next page. There we go. Out hatched.
And out hatched babies 1 and 2, as perfect as could be. But Mother 2 was horrified of baby number 3. Oh, let's look for Comp.
Oh, shall we look for Comp, shall we?
Comp.
Let's see, where's Comp? Where's Comp? Oh, there's Comp, right.
Comp. No Comp.
Oh, I see.
Comp.
Okay.
Comp.
Okay.
Comp.
Comp's down there in the corner of the book. Oh, there he is down there. Okay. Right.
No Comp. Ah, over here.
He just
And they muttered.
needs feeding up, said Dad.
He just needs freezing up, said Dad, and he gave the babes some meat. And the two got together, but a few refused to eat. And he said, I'm simply sorry. And he said, I simply can't. And he said, I don't want meat. I'd rather eat a plant.
Right, look at this big scary picture.
A plant, yelled Mum in horror. And Dad said, get a grip. And his sisters found a name for him, Tyrannosaurus Drip.
And they shouted,
Up with rivers and
up with hunting.
up with hunting and up with war and up with bellyfuls of duckbill dinosaurs.
Poor Tyrannosaurus Drip.
Poor Tyrannosaurus Drip. He tried hard to sing along, but the others said, you've got a word so wrong, and you've got two words so wrong. And he muttered.
He hooted.
And he hooted up with,
Down
with hunting and up with war, up with bellyfuls of duckbill dinosaur. Okay.
Drip sisters
grew big to hunt with Dad and Mum. But they said,
But they turned on Drip.
And they said, you're not fierce enough to come. And Drip said,
And they cried, and he cried.
And he cried, yes,
They've gone without me.
they've gone without me like a day. And this doesn't feel like home. I'm going to run away.
And then he ran away, didn't he? Okay, next page. So he ran off?
He ran off to a river and he saw a lovely sight. A herd of duckbill dinosaurs all hooting with delight. And when he stood,
And they hooted?
They hooted up with rivers and they hooted up with reeds. They hooted up with bellyfuls of juicy water weeds.
Yes.
And
He stood there.
When he stood out on the bank, a sudden urge took hold of him, and he jumped into the water and discovered he could swim.
And the duck
And the duckbills hooted
came to greet him.
At a rushy river's edge. And
And they hooted.
and then hooted, nice to see you, and they said, have some veg. Daddy, I can hold it on my lap.
Okay.
Look for Comp.
No, carry on reading.
Comp.
There he is. Carry on then. And Drip.
And Drip looked into
Oh no, Drip who was delighted.
Drip was delighted they haven't run away. And they ate juicy water weeds, and he played with them all day. And he looked into the water and he said, who is that creature in the water? And they laughed and said, it's you. One night, a lightning crackled and a storm blew down the tree. And
fell across. Fell across the river.
Fell across the river, and the teeth cried out, "Yippee!"
And they shouted.
And they shouted up with hunting, and they shouted up with war, and they shouted up with bellyfuls of duckbill dinosaur. Come!
Come. He's there, isn't he?
Not he. It's a mother.
Okay. Drip sisters.
Drip sisters stepped onto a bridge, and Drip cried
And they began
out,
to.
looked out,
No, but they began to frown.
and they began to frown, and Drip
For them, in front of them, stood
and,
Drip.
and Drip stood in front of him, and he said, "Look out! Look down!"
And they looked.
And they looked into the water, and they each cried out a yap, and they said, "Water monsters," and the other one said, "Help."
The one said, "Help."
Mum stepped on.
Their mother scolded.
And the mother scolded nonsense, and she joined them on the tree, and she looked into the water and cried, "Good gracious me!" And Dad
The three?
and three stood trembling, and Dad said, "Get a grip! You all of you are drippy as Tyrannosaurus drip."
He strode.
He strode on the bridge, and he scoffed, "I bet there's nothing there." And he looked into the water, and he jumped into the air. See that page of mine? There we are. And the tree.
And the
tree.
no. The duckles hoot.
And the duckles hooted. Yay! And the 4 Tyrannosauruses.
Wait, no. And how the duckles hooted when he landed with a crash.
How the duckles hooted when he landed with a crash.
And the tree.
And the tree bridge broke. And the 4 Tyrannosauruses went splash. Splash.
Oh, yes.
Okay, can you be quiet when I read this part? This is a very special part.
Okay. Oh, it's composite. Yes, it's composite.
Okay, so... Okay, 4 Tyrannosauruses went down...
No. And splattering.
And they splattered. And splattering.
And clinging.
And splattering and clinging to the branches of a tree. And the four of
They went.
And they whooshed down the waterfall and all the way to sea. Comp. And the duckbills hooted, "Hip hip," for only heroic duck-billed drip.
The end.
The end.